The Midway Geyser Basin at Yellowstone holds some of the most scenic and unique landscapes found in the world. It contains the Excelsior Geyser and the most colorful Grand Prismatic Spring. Timber Adventures hopes to share some of the beauty and intrigue that lies within this breathtaking site. So stick around, like and share, and enjoy these adventures. The Midway Geyser Basin is said to be small in stature, but it's quite grand when gazing upon the spring and surrounding geysers. Excelsior Geyser and the Grand Prismatic Spring are a few features of the Midway Basin. The spring alone measures 200 foot by 300 foot. It measures at least 120 foot deep. In some areas, I saw that it's 160 foot deep. It bubbles and simmers at 160 degrees. I had noted in another video that just after our visit, which was in June of 2025, a bison had wandered into the shallows. He quickly attempted to back up, but entered further into the deep. He was unable to get out, and his fate was determined by nature. This all occurred in front of some tourists. I hope they gave him a prayer or two and some respect for that majestic creature. The springs are not acidic, they're just blazing hot, and they will simmer that buffalo down to bones in no time. This has occurred many times over the years, and not just the wildlife, but sadly, people as well. That's why you're encouraged to stay on the boardwalks. I was shocked to witness a few tourists stepping off into the dry, crusted ground to take pictures and selfies. That dry ground, remember I said crust, it will break through, and it has happened in the past. In the wet, muddy areas that surround the spring, you can see bison prints, deer hoof prints, and even timber wolf paw prints. They're embedded in that soil. It's a testament to the diverse wildlife that passes through the area or very close to that spring. The Firehole River lies adjacent to the springs, and the water flows freely from the springs at about 360 gallons per minute. And it flows into that Firehole River, where you can watch trout swim effortlessly and trauma-free. They have learned to adapt to the conditions, which include chemical reactions from the spring water, running into the creek water to create chemicals such as arsenic, mercury, and fluoride. This basin features not only the prismatic spring that I'm speaking of, with its exceptional colors and its striking contrast to the surrounding pines and mountains. It also includes the Excelsior Geyser. Back in 1839, some American fur traders company came through the area and noted a boiling lake with a 50-foot geyser at the lake. They were speaking of the Prismatic Spring, but there was no mention of the Excelsior Geyser. So I truly need to do a video on just the Excelsior itself because it is a bit of a complicated past. It's very unique as it erupted in the not-so-distant Earth's past in 1888 and it left a significant crater. Eruptions cannot always be predicted, not like Old Faithful. Is it unusual for these random eruptions? Yes and no. They occur at various intervals. Every couple decades or so, a larger event that leaves a significant crater and are eventful, they occur. It's a science, but not a scientific thing they can predict with random geysers, and Yellowstone has plenty. It's estimated that each year, a few of the smaller sized geysers located in various spots can erupt, and it occurs as a geothermal explosion. So to simplify something quite complex, think of the plumbing getting backed up and the water flashes to steam. It needs to clear out the debris to surface, and boom, it pushes that rock and the mud far out of the way and it creates that crater. And it also creates quite a show, if someone is around. Many times, these occur unseen, especially since there are so many in Yellowstone. Some recent smaller ones that occurred is 1989 at the Pork Chop Geyser, 2024 at the Black Diamond Geyser, 2024 near the Porcelain Base. So as you can see, the smaller ones that leave pretty much expansions of a 10-foot or so crater, they can occur yearly. After they erupt, they go dormant, except that they leave these pools of flowing water. And sometimes, for instance, Excelsior actually increased the flow of the Firehole River for some time after its significant eruptions because of how much water came out. But we're talking about Excelsior, and it didn't exist when it was mentioned first by trappers in 1839. But by 1871, it was there. But like I said, it was quite active, dormant, active again, and I'll discuss that in a later video. What are some other notable features about the Grand Prismatic that give it its name? The prism colors themselves lend to the name. What creates the artist palette of colors? Different factors and how the factors affect the bacterial microbes that exist in the water. The microscopic organisms can exist in this 160 degree Fahrenheit water and thrive in it. There are other springs that are in excess of 200 degrees where microbes flurry. They are called thermophiles, which means heat lover. Unseen to the naked eye, they join together by the trillions to create the array of colors that you see. Thermophiles in the hottest areas are clear and yellow. Thermophiles in the cooler, and I'm not sure what they consider cooler temperatures in these heated pools, but they appear orange, brown, and green. Together we're left with deep, clear blue pools and an array of beautiful other colors throughout, creating those prisms, and they make for some iconic photos. So if you ever find yourself overlooking these hot springs, feel blessed that you have an opportunity to witness these. And if you see other hot springs in other areas, think about those thermophiles and which types of bacterial microbes are causing those colors. In closing, the biodiversity is wild in Yellowstone. Heat is the main factor in the majority of the hot springs, of course, but let's acknowledge a few areas that are very acidic, down to 2 on the pH scale. That's not the Prismatic or the Excelsior area, but some do have acid and yet others have alkalinity. And different microbes thrive in different pHs. I'm hoping to cover some of that info in a future video. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to leave you with this amazing grizzly print that was in the mud surrounding the Prismatic, and also this video of the gentle giant we saw in the early morning at the site.